Hari Om. So now slok number 67. Indriyanam hi charatam yan manonu vidhiyate. Tadasya hrati prajnam vayur navamivamasi. Here, Bhagavan is giving an example. Main subject is senses, sense organs, and the mind connected with all that. In continuation with that, he is saying, see the boat. The wind carries the boat forcefully in the direction of the wind only. This example is given here. It's a common experience. Boat has got a shield and the wind is flowing through that, and because of that the boat is moving. So boat is moving because of the wind. So here he is saying that the wind carries away the boat upon the waters. Similarly now, is again coming to the sense organs and sense and all. The sense organs, we know they are interested and connected with sense objects. And they are experiencing the senses to the objects. But mind also is connected with that. So this complete chain is similar to that wind carries the boat. That means all the sense objects carry the mind also towards the senses. This is a common experience with everybody. So this is explained here. Because mind is attached to sense organs are attached to the senses. And sense organs are powerful because they are more attached and connected with the senses. So they pull the mind also. This is the important point explained here. The sense organs, they pull the mind. And mind is also connected with sense objects, senses, and experiencing the senses. And experiencing the joys and pleasures. And even the miseries also with the objects. So this is a life of a common person. This is what is explained here. But he is explaining about the Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna is controlling its sense organs. That we have seen in the previous slokas. This controlling its sense organs. So sense organs are not pulling the mind. But mind is toward the experiencing the supreme bliss, God realization. So when mind has to control all these things, sense organs moving toward the senses is in a natural way. It is their nature. But mind has to control. The mind should not be pulled on by the sense objects. For the Sthita Prajna, he is giving the qualities of Sthita Prajna. In slok number 68, Tasmadyasya Mahabaho Nigruhitani Sarvasha Indriyani Nindriyarthebhya Tasya Prajna Pratisthita. In 67, he has explained the condition of a common person. His mind is pulled away as the wind is pulling the boat. Mind is pulled away by the sense objects and sense organs. And in this slok, he is explaining the Sthita Prajna is exactly opposite to that. Because he is controlling his sense objects. So his mind is not towards sense objects. But mind is towards the spiritual experiences of God realization. And in the beginning only I told, Sthita Prajna is a person who has attained the final stage of yoga, that is samadhi, but temporarily. So he is able to attain, he has progressed his spiritual path up to the end. But he is a common person. So he is also experiencing sense objects, senses and all that. But his mind is not there. That is more important point. His sense organs are functioning as a common person. So he is also experiencing, he is seeing something, tasting something, smelling, everything is there. But his mind is not attached to that. So mind is separated from that. That is a speciality of the Sthita Prajna as explained by Bhagavan here. Further, he is explaining. So, slok number 69 now. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti sayyami. Yasyam jagarti bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehi. Now he's giving the example of the night. Regular in night time, we are all sleeping. Common person is sleeping. We are not aware of anything which is happening in the night. That is a stage of a common person. But what about the Sita Prajna? He is not sleeping in the night. He is awake in the night. Of course, this is an example. Awakening in the night means he is quite aware of. In night, common person is not aware of anything surrounding us. But it is a Sthita Prajna. So it's a common persons are not aware of, but he is aware of everything. During sleep means he is aware of everything. And he is not attached to all the sense organs. He is not experiencing anything. So he is awake, but not experiencing anything. Common person is sleeping, not experiencing anything, but it is sleeping condition. So he is remaining awake and not experiencing anything. Means his mind is disconnected. Same point is there. He is experiencing all sense organs, sense objects and all, but his mind is not connected with that. That is the more important point. It is repeated again here. So when the people are sleeping, about the spiritual experiences, all that. And Sitaprajna is experiencing all the spiritual experiences. And he is not aware of common experience of sense objects and sense organs. Same thing is explained here again. In next slok, that is 70, he is giving again one very interesting example. Apuryamanam achalam pratishtam samudram apaha pravishanti advat. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shanti apnoti na kamakami. So the thing is explained about the Sita Prajna only. That he is also experiencing all those things. But his mind is not getting disturbed. That is more important point. Because when we experience through our sense organs, some good thing, if you listen to good music, your mind becomes very happy. But that is temporary. It's not permanent happiness. If we eat something, we become happy. Our mind becomes happy. But that is also temporary. That happiness is not permanent. When our eating the particular food is stopped, the happiness is stopped. So this is the most important point, that our mind is getting disturbed. If you experience some bad thing, mind becomes miserable. The mind is becoming miserable or happy depending on the experiences, but both of the experiences are temporary. But we are going for that only. Our life is through all those things only, for a common person's life. But whereas Sita Prajna is not disturbed, mind is not disturbed. Whether he is getting a good experience or bad experience, his mind is not disturbed. And for that, Bhagavan has given one example of the ocean. See, so many rivers, the water is flowing in the ocean continuously. But the level of the ocean is not changed. That we are experiencing. 100% level is not changed, but lot of water is poured through the different rivers in the ocean continuously. So, but the ocean is not got disturbed. So that is what he is saying. Lot of experiences are there through the sense organs for the Sita Prajna also. And for a common person, we get disturbed, but Sita Prajna's mind, it doesn't get disturbed. The mind remains steady. No disturbances, whether it is pleasure or whether it is misery, whether it is pain, whatever it is. So like with the ocean, Sita Prajna is perfectly calm and quiet and steady. In spite of all the rivers are pouring the water in the ocean, but his level is not changing. So this is a nice example given in this slok. And the next one is 71. Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumascharati nispruha. Nirmamo nirahankara sa shantim adhigacchati. Because his mind is not disturbed, he is experiencing the mental peace, ultimate peace, and which is a permanent thing. Because he has given up his all desires. He is functioning in the life, but he doesn't have any desire, that he doesn't want anything. Only thing, whatever is happening, is experiencing. So he is not getting disturbed. That is explained in the previous shloka. So he's saying his mind gets the ultimate peace, which is permanent. All other experience of the sense organs are temporary, but this peace is permanent peace. So he is attaining the permanent peace of mind. And this stage is explained in the last shloka of this chapter. It is Esha Brahmi Sthitihi Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuyati. Sitva Samanta Kalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So this stage of attaining permanent peace of mind, in spite of experiencing the sense objects and sense organs, mind is not disturbed. So this is a permanent peace. This is called Brahmic bliss, a Brahmic stage. And that is what he is experiencing, the bliss, which is never disturbed throughout his life. So this is a final stage at which the Chitta Prajna is attained. So likewise, Bhagavan has explained the qualities of the Chitta Prajna, because this was the question of Arjuna, that how Chitta Prajna stage is there, what are its qualities, how is experiencing the life, how is behaving in the life, how is walks and stands and all that. So that is how he says that ultimately he has got the full control. Chitta Prajna has a full control over his sense organs. Chitta Prajna has no desire of anything. But still he is behaving in the life. His sense organs are operating, but his mind is not attached to that. And when the mind is not attached to that, the experiences of pleasure and miseries, which are temporary, which are not disturbing the condition of the mind remains in a permanent peace of Chitta Prajna. And here ends the explanation of Chitta Prajna also, and here ends the second chapter also. So we have just overlook about the second chapter. First, Bhagavan has started explaining about the death. That he says there are 4 stages: childhood, young age, old age, and death also is a 4th stage. So Dehantara Prapti. So Atma, or the soul, is eternal, is permanent, and he is experiencing the different stages. So there is no question of experiencing misery about the death. Then he explains the pain and pleasure are alike. Samatvam yoga uchyate. That we must look to that. Pain or pleasure are alike. So our mind should not get disturbed. Then he has explained the soul and the body. Body is temporary for a certain period. Soul is permanent. Soul has no death, but death is only for the body. So he's given the example of the body is a clothes for the Atma. So Atma, as we are going changing our clothes, when it is torn off, we change it. Atma also, when the body is disturbed, we change the body. That is the concept. And then he says that soul is a energy and a knowledge, and body is confined with the 5 elements, Panchamahabhuta. And so body is developed through Panchamahabhuta, and body is merging in the Panchamahabhuta after death. But the soul as energy cannot be destroyed. And then Bhagavan has explained that whoever got the birth, he has to death. Whether it is live or whether it is just anything. So everything which takes the birth, it has to go to the death. So it is changing, it is permanent. But soul has no birth and no death. So it is a permanent thing. Then he's talking about the duty. Because we have selected some duties for us, that we have to follow it. So Arjuna was a warrior, his duty is to fight, so he has to fight. Like that he has explained. And then finally he has explained the qualities of the Sthita Prajna. So what we should learn from this? This philosophy, of course, we must able to digest this philosophy and try to attain the stage of Sthita Prajna. Of course, Sthita Prajna is the final stage. We are at the first step only. But as we know that controlling the mind is more important. For Sthita Prajna, he is controlling his full mind. Because of that, he is not getting disturbed because of the pleasures and miseries of the life. And he is attaining the permanent peace of mind. So this is the total explanation in this chapter. Now the question is how to control the mind. That is not explained in this. But actually, if you see the yoga, particularly Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali, because Patanjali has explained the science of yoga as yoga chitta vritti nirodhan. Chitta vritti nirodh means controlling the functions of mind. So total yoga explained by Patanjali is an action plan for this, for controlling the functions of mind. And why to control the functions of mind as being explained by Bhagwan in this chapter. So this is the concluding thing about the chapter. So many things are explained. We have to go on reading, understanding, and implementing in our life. It is not so easy. Definitely, it is a difficult thing. But if we practice all that, we can experience the peace of mind. Now, we are always talking about peace of mind. So my mind is disturbed, mind is disturbed. Peace of mind is very good, very essential for everybody, but we don't get it. So Bhagavan is talking about that only. The peace of mind must be the ultimate target in the normal life. And for that, we have to control the sense organs. So this is about the second chapter. Now in third chapter, Bhagavan is explaining the Karma Yoga. Here he has explained particularly Jnana Yoga. That is yoga for the knowledge. And Karma Yoga is a yoga for doing the karmas, how the karmas are to be done. In this chapter, he has just given the introduction about Karma Yoga. But in the third chapter, he is giving the details of Karma Yoga, how to do the karma and all that. That we'll see in the third chapter. So I stop here. Hari Om.